those of you who have either tried a sample pack, have the borrow box, or are trying Riman for the first time. Now with Riman, even if you don't buy the whole shebang starting out, if you give yourself a mini ritual, you will be able to pick out the products that I will be using in the order that I use them. So first off, we're going to start with 1 to 2 pumps of the Pure Cell Cleansing Oil. I start with the dry face. I've done nothing more than just wear my makeup, and I rub it on. I make sure to get it on my eyes. It removes everything. I'm not going to go into all the amazing ingredients on this video. This is specifically for demonstration purposes. But you just rub it in, and once you have it rubbed in, you take a little bit of water on your fingertips, and you go again. The main thing is making sure you are leaving the products on for an appropriate amount of time. There are a lot of steps, but keep in mind that this is you time, and this is the best way to get all the benefits out of each product. I have one of Saint's microfiber cleansing cloths that I wipe everything off with between steps. Usually I do the cleansing part in the shower, so to kind of cut down on the process time a little bit. But I make sure to get my face and neck. I don't typically do the snow cleanser and the active cleanup powder together, because on nights that you just use one or the other. And the active cleanup powder is going to be 2 to 3 times a week, depending on your tolerance level. Using them together is going to irritate my skin a little bit, but this is for demonstrative purposes. So I have my fingertips wet, and I am going to sprinkle just a little bit on there. And since my other hand is wet too, if you're needing more of an exfoliation, you can apply this directly to your skin, especially since I'm going to be using both exfoliators tonight. I've rubbed it in between my fingers a little bit longer, but it will melt fully into your skin. And then you go back to the good old water faucet, wet your rag, wipe it off. Again, keep in mind that you use the Snow Enzyme Cleaner and the Active Cleanup Powder on separate nights. Those are not to be used on the same nights. It's just the second step. Either product is the second step of your double cleanse. Now, with the Snow Enzyme Cleaner, make sure your face is completely dry, and that way it will react to your skin like it's supposed to. Now with the active cleanup, the Snow Enzyme Cleaner, you need a very small amount, about that much. And the more you play with it, the more you will find how much you need. Your fingerful might be a little bit different than mine, but what's going to happen here is it's going to foam up, and it's gentle enough to use on your eyes. Make sure you get your neck and your chest, which is why I typically do this part in the shower. But even in the shower, I will dry my face off. I keep a dry towel hanging over the side of the shower door. This gets a little tricky because there is moisture inside the shower if in fact you decide to use the shower. But you rub it in until it goes translucent. Usually in the shower it stays a little bit foamy. If you get to start out on a dry face, again, water on the fingertips, reactivate it. Scrub-a-dub-dub your eyes, wipe it right out. You can use a rag to finish towel drying your face. Here is where the fan truly comes in handy whenever we get into the topical stuff that sits on your face. My $5 words have left me for the night. It's late in the evening. This would also be the part, if you do have the borrow box or if you have purchased the Viaton Oil Mist, this would be the part where you can give yourself a little spritz. Let that soak in. Now we are going to do the Calming Balance Gel. Again, just a small amount of product. A little goes a long way on all the steps. Neck, chest. Apologies if you see the bra. Yes, I'm still wearing a nursing bra, but they're comfy. And I don't want to buy another bra right now. Booster is next. You just spray, kind of take it away from your face a little bit so you don't shoot yourself right in the face, neck. I like to use my fingertips and lightly glide my fingers over the product so I'm not like bearing down into my skin, and just make sure I get all the spots that, like right here and right here is where I sprayed, so it's gonna be more, have more product spritzed on me. And to the fan we go. These are pretty handy because I can fold them up like that and use them at parties. They travel well. And they were inexpensive. With the serum, I personally use 1, 2, 3, 4 drops. They're not super big drops. Some people put this on your face. I suggest not putting it directly on your face, especially if you're using the borrow box, because then you are contaminating the tip of the dropper. And also make sure you start out with clean hands before you do anything. Wash your hands with soap, because you don't want to introduce any type of bacteria to your face. I'm trying to get rid of all that. To the fan and the booster again. Sometimes I forget the second part of the booster. It's okay if you do, but you want all those good ingredients on your skin. And I will leave a lot more time in between each step personally, because you want every product to penetrate and do all of its work all its little miracles on all your little skin here. Hence the fan. But typically I will be brushing my teeth in between a step, getting a kid ready for bed in between a step, letting them potty, whatever. Now, depending on if it's night or day, you can do the entire ritual during the day if you want to. Just make sure everything soaks into your skin well, especially if you use Saint makeup, because you might get a little product slippage if you have too thick of an application, or if your products haven't penetrated down into your skin. Now, typically you can just rinse your face with water in the morning, but if you are a cleanser, you can cleanse in the morning. You don't have to do the second step of a double. You don't have to do the double cleanse part, but you can like rinse with the oil cleanser or the snow enzyme cleanser and then calming gel if you want to. If you want to run through the whole ritual, you can. Obviously, the more you utilize the products, the more benefits, you will see benefits faster. But this is the part, if you're in the morning, you can go to the Daily Aqua BB Cream. I am currently in the evening time, so I'm getting ready for bed, and I'm going to the Active Cream X. This is where I have been using entirely too much product. If you notice the next morning you look slicker than a snail, you're using too much. If you're super shiny, this is all I use. I will pat them in between those two fingers, dot, 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 dot. And that's enough. That actually might still be way too much. But it comes with a scooper if you do purchase it. So I just had too much on my forehead. I took it off on my index fingers, and now I'm sweeping it over the rest of my face. This does come with a little scooper if you are a scooper kind of person. Not necessarily. Of course, it's my own product and I can dunk my fingers in it, but if you have the borrow bag, you will have a scooper in there. So I'm not pushing against my skin. I'm not fighting against my skin. I'm just taking my fingers and gently gliding over each area, even all the way up to my eyes. You don't need a separate eye cream. The products will work excellent themselves. Everything is done. If you have any questions, let me know. If you feel confused by any of the steps, please feel free to reach out to me at any time. I will be happy to walk you through anything, answer any questions that you may have. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for trusting me with your face and giving Riman a try. Bye.